Hey everyone, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I am making a sit down video after so long that it feels unfamiliar. Anyway, I am making today's video because I had been getting so many texts from my juniors and also just comments talking about this that I thought I'll address it. I was right here the same time last year in January 2025. I had the same confusion, and it was which one should I be taking, BCom or Eco Honors? Because I feel like this is like a very general doubt of every commerce student out there because these are like your main options if you want to get into your subjects. Most people just get into it without thinking much about it, not researching about either of the two. Yeah, I'm talking about myself, and you really shouldn't be doing that because these are not just basic subjects, these are more technical subjects that you would actually need to do internships in and then like understand what field you are interested in and get into it. So I thought I'm just gonna help everybody out. So without further ado, let's get started. Just a tiny disclaimer before we begin. I would just like to pop this in. Don't choose a subject because it is supposed to be the right option. Pick it because you actually want to study it. Trust me, at the moment it seems like all you need to do is get into your favorite college with your course, but you have to spend the next 3 or 4 years actually studying it, and it is not going to be an enjoyable ride if you have chosen something that your parents wanted you to choose or your siblings wanted you to choose, or it was just supposed to be the right correct decision. You want to be spending your college life partying, having fun because of how much you like your subject, because of how much you enjoy it, and that is not going to be the case with something that is so difficult for you that you're just not having a good time and are crying. Anyway, now let's get into if you should be taking BCom or Eco Honors. So for everything that you need to know about me, it is that I'm a first year economics honors student. I actually got done with my first time exams yesterday. One of the other reasons that I wanted to make everybody aware about what you're getting into. So I did realize that I would have a bias towards my course. Hence, I conducted like a full on survey with my BCom honors and BCom program friends to ensure that I knew everything that I needed to know about their course as well. But then, of course, today you have Google, so it is always better to hear information from an actual student, and then you can always go to Google and reconfirm everything that you need to know or like ask further questions. Let's begin with the basics, which are all these competitive exams to get you into college. So now every private college has its own entrance. Apart from that, if we talk about CUET, the most basic one, almost everybody gives it. I did. I'm in Delhi University. So for CUET, if you want to pursue economics honors, then you have to take core maths or applied maths as your domain subject, like one of the two, whatever you did in class 11 or 12. Now, for BCom honors, you have a choice. You can either take accountancy as one of your core subjects or one of the maths, or you could even take both. Now, I don't know who does that. People who are obviously really, really good at both. That makes you realize that maths is compulsory for eco honors. If that isn't a sign enough, I'm going to get into this later. I was unsure about which one to take until it was time for me to make the actual preference lists, which is insane in my head. But also, it also had a lot to do with the fact that I did not know what subjects I would really be getting into, what I'd be studying, what I would be good at. So here I am with the first sem subjects for BCom honors. You are going to be studying financial accounting, business laws, and management principles and application. So management principles and application is just BST. Business laws are business laws, and financial accounting is actually mostly the portion that you studied in 11th and 12th grade with just a couple new chapters. So when I actually get into the depth of these subjects, I'll just let you guys know that you don't need a lot of maths. You don't need to be really good at maths, obviously, because people who are not from maths backgrounds are also taking it up, and the maths is usually arithmetic, which is calculation based. That's pretty cool because when you start off with college, like at least when you're doing BCom, you won't just be surprised by everything you're doing because you had accountancy in college, in school, you had business studies in school. Business laws is something you just need to memorize. So as a commerce student, you won't have a lot of difficulty at all. Now, if you're from a different stream, everything is going to be really, really new for you. But then again, new but not very tough. Coming to the subject that I think troubles most people, financial accounting. In the first semester, you don't really need any coaching for it. It's tough, but it's as tough as it was back in 11th and 12th grade, in the sense that if you had difficulty back then, you will have difficulty right now, but it is not something you would need coaching for. Of course, there are all types of coachings available, something you can figure out in college once you are there. You probably will need it in the second and third semester, after that. Also, something that I will point out is that I am talking about BCom honors right now. In BCom program, you do have business laws and financial accounting, but the third subject is a little different. It is business studies itself, but it's a little bit different. And if you really want to know the main difference between BCom honors and BCom program, is that BCom honors is in-depth studies, but BCom program like takes you just over it. So as a BCom program student, you will be kind of studying the same subjects just with different portions, because you will not be studying everything in detail. In the words of a BCom program student herself, insert picture please, that it would be better if you do get BCom honors, because it is a more reputed course than BCom program. Why? Because mostly companies and MNCs prefer having students who've done BCom honors instead of program, because you do go everything in great detail. I'll also answer this really major concern for me everywhere and anywhere, and that is, what is the maths to just learning ratio? So after conducting the survey with my friends, what I realized was that 60 to 70% of the material requires just learning it up, and then the little bit is accountancy, obviously. Now, even in the second semester, you have subjects like human resource management, company laws, and corporate accounting. So again, I feel like that is similar. Again, you have one accountancy subject and then two pretty much learning subjects. So I feel like that's a really good ratio for people who don't love maths but then took commerce, so have to get into a related field. Now, what kind of a student should really be pursuing BCom honors or BCom program? So, if you want to get into finance, if you are interested in business, if you want to do competitive exams like CA, CFA, CS, ACCA, you should be taking BCom honors or slash program, because a lot of the portion of these exams actually overlaps with it. So that is also really helpful. Also, when you take BCom honors, there is not a lot of academic pressure except for accountancy, which is not the case for economics honors. Again, I will get into that, but then this is also a course that is just really practical and allows you to do a bunch of internships. And if you are also not the best at maths but then want to go into it, you should be taking BCom. Why do I say that? Of course, you got into Bachelors of Commerce, so you will be seeing numbers, but at least you're seeing numbers and not signs. Now, talking about economics honors, so like I previously mentioned in the video, you had to have given an exam in 12th grade, either of applied maths or of core maths, and taken it as a domain subject in CUET for you to even be eligible for economics honors. Now, that should be a really big sign for people who don't like maths, because, well, it's compulsory for a reason. Not only that, but adding to it, like universities everywhere have started considering economics honors as a BSc course and not a BA course. So, Delhi University is the only one who hasn't been doing that. I'm pretty sure that switch is going to be made soon, but how is it even considered a bachelor's in arts course if people from arts can't even take it, unless they had maths, of course? And honestly, if I'm being real, before you even get to make the choice, you need to know that it is very difficult for you to even be considered for eco honors, because it is one of the most sought after courses in Delhi University, mainly because it is considered as a premium course for multiple reasons. One of them being, it is one of the few like courses is valid all around the world. Like if you do history honors, you're just doing it in India. If you're doing sociology honors, it is just something you're doing in India. That ways, economics honors is extremely flexible. What are the subjects that you're going to be studying in the first sem? This is my time to trauma dump, oh my god. So obviously, since you took an eco honors course, three core subjects are going to be introductory microeconomics, introductory statistics, and introductory mathematical methods for economics. Maths, guys, it's maths. It was such a shock for me to realize that it's not economics based at all. It is just pure, sheer maths, calculus, integration, everything, differentiation, everything that you could imagine. And statistics is also, the portion is very similar to the portion of applied maths from 12th grade. Like you have Poisson distribution, you have Bayes theorem, and all of that. So, what I would really like to point out over here, except for shitting on maths, it is that your sheer interest for economics should not be a factor when you go on to pursue this course. Like, there are a lot of other things that you really need to be looking at, and it is if you're good at maths, that is the first really big question. Because in college, it's not really about it's fine, I'm going to manage somehow. Because the truth is, out of three core subjects, two are extremely mathematical, and even microeconomics has a bunch of numericals. So, if you don't like maths, you will not be able to survive, and that is a really big factor that you need to consider. I, as a person, really loved economics, and that was the only factor that I considered while going for this course. And I thought the amount of maths that would be present, I would just manage. Like, I would just do my own thing, and it's going to be okay because at the end of the day, I'll be studying eco. Okay, exaggeration aside, there was no exaggeration, but okay. What do you actually study? So, in introductory microeconomics, you learn a lot of new stuff, but there is also a lot of stuff from 11th and 12th grade, a lot of the basics along with new numericals and stuff. In introductory statistics, there is a mixture of portion from applied maths of 11th and 12th grade. So if you were a student of applied maths, it's really going to benefit you when you compare it to core maths people, because there was a lot that they had difficulty understanding. Again, mixture of that along with a lot of stats from 11th grade in economics, an upgraded version, but okay. And then in mme, which is maths, you obviously always use what you previously studied in maths as a base, and then we kind of just build upon it. So do you need coaching? Now, unlike bcom, in eco honors for mme and stats, it is really subjective. It really depends on what level of understanding you have. So a lot of people in my course did not take coaching, but a lot of people did end up taking it because they weren't that good at maths, they weren't that good at stats, they weren't understanding. One of these people being me. I realized midway that I wasn't understanding MME at all because, well, back in 11th and 12th grade, I did have tuition, which helped me a lot, and that is why I was able to score good marks. But you don't really have that in college, do you? So I decided to take coaching for MME in the last week before exams. So I don't know how helpful that is. Again, you should figure all of this out right when you start your session. For statistics, you don't really need it unless you don't understand anything at all. Pretty much the same thing goes on in semester 2 as well. You still have stats and mme, it's just not introductory anymore, and then micro switches out for macro. Now, weighing the scale of how much maths versus learning up, I would like to say 90 to 95% of the whole is just maths, and the little bit of memorization, the little bit of theory comes with micro. That is also not a lot because most of the questions that will come in exam are, you have to explain it through theory, but there are also numericals in it, and also you have to explain it through graphs and diagrams. What kind of a person should have taken econ? Now, if you want to be a finance pro, if you want to get into consulting, a lot of things are similar from what you could have done with bcom honors. But the thing is, you kind of have a specialization now. Like, if you want to go pursue studies abroad, this is a really good option. If you want to get into research, this is again a very good option. And while for doing an MBA, everybody does an MBA, but for doing an MBA, the most practical option is doing a BCom. But if you have an eco honors, that is also something that's really respected by colleges. Okay, now I want to draw out a comparison between BCom honors versus economics honors. So something that I've realized being in my college's placement cell, that is the highest number of placement opportunities and internship opportunities that we get are for BCom honors and BCom program students. Like, companies like Big Four mass hire these young students. But what I've realized is, if you want to sustain the job, if you want to keep doing it, these companies don't really want you to have just traditional BCom. They want you to have some sort of specialization. They want you to keep upgrading yourselves. literally be the best because the BCom market is too overcrowded. The thing about eco honors is it is almost considered like a STEM adjacent subject. Hence, if you actually go on for a master's and like or an MBA, you could like be placed directly into a really high paying job. That basically means that eco honors requires a lot of studies, and for you to be really focused and for you to really just lock in and get into it, whereas BCom honors is just way more practical and they want you to have actual skills like a lot of internships and courses that you must have done. It's not completely true, but that is like the gist of it, the overall idea. This won't seem very important to you right now, but in college it will be. And that is how many resources or what kind of resources are actually available for you to study when you want to. For example, in school, if you had a problem, you would just search up a YouTube video and a lot of things would just appear and you could just study through that. But that changes in college because a lot of resources are not available. So for BCom, I still found a lot of resources. Like for business laws, you have Rajat Arora. For financial accounting, you have Shiksha Dham for BCom or something like that. Something that you need to stay in touch with your seniors for. So personally, for Econers, what I realized is resources are not available, especially not good ones. So if you want to study math, stats, micro, there are like a couple YouTube channels available. For example, Poonam Kumari is one of them, and it's really mid, like it's really not that nice. So coaching becomes all the more necessary because you aren't really understanding a lot from YouTube. I feel like I could just go on and keep on adding to this, but I will end the video right over here. If you have any sort of doubts, if you have any questions, if you want more videos like this, just comment down everything below. I will definitely 100% answer it. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I hope this was helpful. And that is pretty much it. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Till then, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Bye bye.